Hey. Fuck was that? Fuck was
All right. I feel
No, okay. Sorry, we just heard a noise outside. So, hey, it's Devin. We're back with Media Hovel. Mauricio, just want to say hi real quick before I introduce today's episode.
Hi. Hello. Yeah. Hi.
Mauricio's got his little sweater on.
Yeah, I'm freezing. I
Yeah,
hate
it's cold.
this weather.
It's below temperatures, ice, snow, all the fun shit. So we're trying to keep it warm.
Yeah.
Mauricio's cold. Anyway, so like we said in our last episode, we would be back with Paradise Killer, and here we are back with Paradise Killer.
Yes. Okay. So I'm not gonna say much about it, but the only thing I want to do is, because this is the thing, I already played this game multiple times, and this is like, I don't know, I kind of keep this game close to heart because it's a really good game. Like, don't get me wrong, like the whole story for someone like has never played it and anything. Like, I do recommend it if you're into, like, that mystery, like, investigation, whatnot. Like, it's really cool. It's really fun. Like, the characters are amazing. Like, the whole story is, like, really going for it. Like, and, like, plus the art and the music is, like, phenomenal. But we'll, like, get to that in a little bit. So,
wait, what are you going to talk about first?
No, honestly, I just want to throw it to you and be like, how you felt about it. Because this is your first time playing it. So how did you feel?
I loved it. It's very, like, I don't know, like, it's that very 80s, 90s aesthetic with the music and, like, the vaporwave vibe of the world, but it's, like, mystical, and you have, like, demons and gods and, a woman with big boobs and a goat head. And, like, it's just very, like, lavish looking and beautiful, but it's, like, a mystery murder game, like, at the same time. Like, it's the two things at once, but it works. And I don't know, like, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into the story, the art, the music. I listened to the album today.
That album on Spotify. Yeah. Please, can I just say this? Like, listen, even if you don't even play the game, and that's up to you. Like, if you play it, awesome, I grade it. Like, I'm so happy that you do. And maybe you could say something about it. Give us, like, your feedback upon it, too, honestly. But if you don't play it, listen to the soundtrack.
Yeah,
the soundtrack is so good.
I wrote his name down. I'm probably going to mispronounce it, so I'll spell it out. Or you can look, like, at the same time, you can look up Paradise Killer. Where did I write this down? Oh, it's by Epoch. It's Epoch. He made the album. If you like vaporwave or like 80s and 90s music or all of it, look up this album. I was when I was doing the research for today and another podcast we're gonna podcast we're gonna record after this one, I listened to the album and it's great. So even if like you're not interested in the game, I highly suggest you look up this album because it's great, and we'll get into it. So are we ready to start the story of Paradise Killer?
Okay, so
wait, let me just real quick before you explain the story. This came out not that long ago. It came out September 4th, 2020. It was developed by Kaizen Gameworks, published by Fellow Traveler. You could play it on the Nintendo Switch or PC. And for ratings, it got a 10/10 Steam on Steam, or STEM. I might be pronouncing that wrong.
Steam.
I'm sorry. Steam?
Yeah, Steam.
91% on PC Gamer and a 9 out of 10 on IGN. So it's high up there in the ratings. Okay. You want to explain the story now before we get into it?
Okay, so the story. You start as this female character named Lady Love Dies. And the story is, like, basically, before we actually get into it, you actually have to understand the lore. And that is one thing that, when you actually do play the game, in the beginning, right before you start, they actually get to tell you, like, the lore of what is the islands, what is their purpose, and what are these purpose of these, like, they're not gods, per se, because there is a god there. Don't get me wrong, you will meet a god there. But they're, like, what they say is, like, yeah, they're the syndicate. They're maybe, like, they're the people who, like, watch over the island, like, they created, like, they start, like, they basically start and end the transition of an island. And obviously, like, the game being called Paradise Killer, their purpose is to make a paradise. Yeah, basically, yeah, paradise. And, okay, so you start with knowing that it's been, like, going up and down. Like, they started from, obviously, they're trying to get to Paradise 25. Right now, you start as in Paradise 24. So you start as this character.
Lady Love Dies.
Yeah, Lady Love Dies.
Well, but you gotta go before. So before that, Lady Love Dies was the lead investigator, on their Island 13. She ran the Paradise Cycle unit, and she was like a hotshot, and then she was deceived by a god, so that put her in exile, and the unit was disbanded. But when this murder, so the council is murdered, they were about to end that island and move to the next. But someone somehow got in because it's blocked by so many seals that you have to be like a god to get in. Someone somehow was able to get in there and like stab everybody to death. And you're brought out of exile after 3 million days, and you have to like solve the murder because you were the best investigator, and the judge brings you, and she's like, well, you're really our only hope, so investigate. Lady Love dies. Lady Love dies. But wait, before we get into like meeting the characters, when the characters talk, they don't say the dialogue. There's a lot of dialogue in this game. They don't read the dialogue. There's no voice, but they'll say things. And Lady Love Dies always goes, "The investigator is here," and I just love it. Yeah, and she might not be saying that, but she'll say it like a little voice background.
No, yeah.
And I love it. And then
I know that you do because
I would constantly say it when we were playing it. I would go, "The investigator is here," and then if a character told you something incriminating or something like that, she'd go, "What the hell?" I love Lady Love Dies. I love her. She's love her. So let's get into the rest of the characters. That's Lady Love Dies. That's your purpose as Lady Love Dies.
Because that's the thing, though. I don't know how we're gonna start this because it's this is the thing though.
Here's the thing about the game, yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to spoil it to you, but it's at the same time we're gonna end up throwing everything to you at once.
Well, let's not start off with spoilers. It's easy but that's hard.
Obviously, spoiler if you don't like spoiler. If you didn't play it, well then too bad, so sad. You're gonna listen to it and you're gonna love it. So boo. Okay, so Lady Love Dies. Exiled, she comes out, she arisen from her ashes, as I honestly think of it. And you basically have to solve this investigation of all these council members just murdered. Like this huge murder was just basically in there.
That just happened. That's so weird. Makes no sense.
So from there you get to meet the first person that you actually get to meet is Lydia.
No, isn't it Judge first?
No, Lydia.
Oh, it's Lydia.
Yeah, because she's the one that actually takes you into the other island. It actually takes you from the island.
Well, one of her stays was Sure LD. I love her. I love her. Lydia.
I love just the art of her. Like she's
beautiful.
Oh my god.
She has like the blue at the top end of her hair, and she has like the jeans, and she has like this pose where it's like her fingers are covering her eyes, and she has the keys because she's like the fairy woman. Has like. I don't know if it's just the elites or maybe it's just the people in the syndicate. She drives them around the island.
Yeah, she's basically she's the fairy woman. She's the one who basically like drives them to like the new islands and basically like drives them around and like it's like that taxi for them, like the high people basically. Mm-hmm. Okay, so from there she basically they tell you like the information. They tell you where she's from, yada yada, like all that stuff. From that point, they take you right into the island. Right once you get into the island, you meet the judge, what Devin was saying. And right there, the judge basically tells you what happened and the murder. And basically that you just can't, like, we're risen you from exile, basically exile. And you're just going to have to help us. You're basically, you're our only hope in that you're going to help us, like, investigate and find out who was the murder and what was caused and, like, the reason whys and everything. But once you get in there, you're also going to also find out that you're also going to have to investigate, was it KHX?
KHX is missing.
And that's the person
I wrote down what KHX does. He's not super important. He leads you to more clues about things, and you mention it to characters when you're, like, interrogating them. You ask where KHX is. You don't see him ever, but they say he designed the second Holy Seal. So, like, it makes sense, his place, because someone needed to get through the second Holy Seal to do this. But, like, that's also the mystery, too. Where is KHX? He's the creator of the second Holy Seal.
And he just disappears.
And he's gone.
So, and that's there. So, from there, you actually have the option of, like, starting from wherever you really want to start. Like, you could actually investigate the people. You could actually find out what happened to KHX. Or you could actually go from there and, like, go right into the... Well,
Well,
Not
when
really.
you have a vision mode, and it'll show you where the characters are, and there's exclamation points on them when you really should go speak to them.
But you have but that's the thing though. But I love about it, like it doesn't it gives you that freedom to like really go around and not just like okay, you have to do this person, you have to go that. But it like the story actually tells like no, you as a character, you as Lady Love Dies, you have the freedom to go to the other all the like suspects of like this murder, and actually figure out like what is like going on, like really question them, and get information.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's no, like, go here, go here, go here. Like, you look at the map and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go here, then I'm gonna go here. Oh, Crimson Acid told me this, so let me go talk to Dr. Doom Jazz. Those are other characters. So it's very on your own. And they don't say, okay, investigation's done, let's go to court. You decide when you're ready to go to court. Like, they don't tell you, like, oh, okay, you're ready to go, let's go to court. Like, you are, like, you can review your evidence in Starlight, your computer that talks. So you can look in the computer and you can review evidence, and then you just decide when you're ready to go. I mean, we did it like how we did it was when exclamation points stopped coming up. We figured we had everything. Like, you could still talk to people.
Oh no, like there's a
but
point,
we
like,
decided to just go at that point.
Oh, and just a heads up, I will tell you this. And, like, even if, like, they don't tell you in the beginning of the game or anything, like, okay, so there's these points in the game where you actually have to go to these, like, monitors where basically you get to, like, you know, help you get more information and all that stuff. It gets to a point where you need to find, like, you remember the 3 other ones that we had to help you find?
The blood crystals?
No, the computer thing.
Oh, yeah, with the cosmos and the pictures. I like how I had that old school startup sound.
Oh my god,
that's like a little thing in there.
Of it, it's like
sound
it's
effect.
So cute.
But yeah, you had to make like moons and demons and goats and cosmos and pyramids. Like, that was like the decoding for certain rooms you needed to get into.
But that's the thing, to get those access things, you actually have to find the upgrades. And like, don't get me wrong, like even for me, like when I first started playing it the first time, I am not gonna kid you, like it was annoying. Because, like, they don't tell you what really happens. It's, like, you as the investigator, you basically have to go around and, you're basically exploring the island. You find clues. You find little trinkets and things here and there. And they give you, like, little informations about, like, the island, about past islands, past people, gods, like, you name it. It really gives you, like, all the little infos around. And, like, as you're going on, like, you actually get to find, like, those parts. But I will say, like, anybody who does play it, like, do explore the map, because if you do find those things first, it's going to make your whole gameplay, honestly, so much easier and so much more enjoyable, instead of you being just frustrated and, like, looking around and, like, doing stuff. Because, like, honestly, there was one part that got me pissed off. That was, like, the soda things. You have to literally go all around the map, find literally 10 sodas, and pay, like, those blood crystals. Oh, nothing. You have to find the blood crystals.
Oh, yeah. Blood crystal
those blood
obtained.
crystal things, you have to, like, literally search high and low and go all over the place for those blood crystals. And so, literally, you have to go get the sodas, and then once you're done, they give you a little prompt that tells you to go into a little harbor. And in the harbor, there's a little, like, soda machine that's, like, broken down, and that gives you, like, that's one upgrade. And, like, the other one is, like, you have to find a limb or some information or something, or some clue, honestly. I honestly can't think of it off the top of my head. But you have to find, like, this, like, thing for one of the little spirits that are all around the map.
Yeah, the ghosts speak to you.
Yeah. And you go there and you have to give it to her, and she gives you this code, and once you're done, you have to go all the way down, go to a locker, and then there it is. Like, it's a whole search, like, a hide and seek thing, like, finding stuff and
there's
everything.
Well, that's not, like, the main point of the game, but that is, like, a side quest, I guess.
No,
we didn't do it, though. I didn't do it when we played.
Yeah, I did it.
I know,
had
that's
to
what
do
I mean.
It for you, because that's the thing.
Oh, you did it for me?
Because, listen.
I forgot Mauricio played certain parts of this game without me.
I literally...
It's on Mauricio's console.
Oh, trust me, huh?
But you did the finding stuff part.
No, I did the finding stuff because, honestly, like, you literally have to find those things. Because, again, what did I say about those other 2 monitors? Right before we didn't even start, you said, oh, I couldn't go there because I don't have the Cosmo one. I don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
And what if you don't have those information?
Oh, that's how... I thought you were talking about something else.
That was, like, literally... That was
I thought you were talking about something else.
Literally, like, you have to go all around just to, like... That's one thing I will say. Like, if you get those things, get them out of the way, and, like, that'll make your life easier. And another thing... When you play the game, there'll be little, like, foot baths. Do that, because that is your upgrades. Those are your little mini upgrades that literally help you, like, maneuver and get around easier and quicker, honestly.
Is that it?
Honestly, that was my rant. I am so sorry. But that's one thing that I would tell you, because, like, in the beginning, like, that was my struggle. But other than that, and even like finding it online, like I had so much struggle trying to find that in the beginning. It was
you heard it first, folks. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's your first time hearing about this game. You heard it here first, folks.
And honestly, this is my opinion. Take it, but I will tell you, play the game because it's such an amazing story.
All right, well, let's get into the story. So how I wrote it down when I wrote my notes, I wrote the characters in order. Mm-hmm. So I figured when we talk about Lady Love Dies, and I'll just go in order that I wrote them, but I'll leave one character out that Mauricio knows who I'm saying. We're not going to say the name of. Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, because that's, right. That's a spoiler that we will talk about, but let's not start it off.
That's the
oh my god, excuse me.
Yes, that's Mr. X. We have to call him. That's
I'm like always coughing, and it's just because there's dogs in the house, and I'm allergic to dogs that shed, so, like, forgive me for always coughing, but that's my allergies, so I know I should take Zyrtex more, but we're not here to talk about that. Anyways, yeah, so we did talk a little bit about Lydia Daybreak, or Lydia, but there's some backstory on her. She is married to Sam Daybreak, who we'll get into, and that's his wife, and she was in the army, known as a Titan killer, and what happened was, actually, she killed Sam in battle, but he fell in love with her during it, and because he refused to leave her, his skin melted off, so he's like a red skeleton because of his love for her, and now they're married in this universe they live in. Sam Daybreak, he, like I said, he met Lydia in battle, he was a soldier, and now he's the bartender of this paradise.
So what did you think of him?
I liked his design. He had, like, red skin with, like, a tux on, and then he had glasses, and then he had, like, this cool pose, he's holding whiskey. We'll get into the character design later, but, like, he's cool. Like, he wasn't the most interesting to talk to, but he was cool. Like, he's important, not saying he's not important, he is an important character to go to, but, like, character-wise.
Okay.
Next is Dr. Doom Jazz. He's Scottish, right?
I think
he's Scottish. He was a battlefield medic, and he was captured and tortured during this great betrayal, and he was rescued by Eyes Kiwami, and they fled to join the Syndicate, and now he's the head doctor. And also, when he was being tortured, he lost his arms, so now he has, like, robotic arms. And, yeah, he's like a punk look. Like, he wears no shirt, and he has, like, his arms up, and he's, like, cool dude. He's, like, the cool, sexy doctor.
Oh, no, he's the one that, like, you look at him, you'd be like, oh, yeah, he's the guy that, you know, that he gets it, but at the same time, he is the famous doctor. He's, like, the OG doctor.
Well, him and him and Lady Love Die, they, like, flirt.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's referenced that they have a past, but, like, nothing more than, like, one night stand type things. But they're, like, flirting. So that's him. We'll get more into him. There's Witness to the End, or Witness. He's, like, he oversees the end of the island, because they keep ending these islands until they make the perfect island. So he stays and makes sure, and watches it end to make sure no, what I have written down, sorry.
Funny
and protects
really.
the island against potential threats in final days. So that's the thing, with these islands, they're trying to keep demons out, but they always have a hard time doing it, and we'll get more into the demon thing. Like I said, there's a lot in this game. But, like, that's one of the biggest things. They are trying to make a universe where no demons can get them. And they're failing every time. Now, next is, like I said, a lot of characters. Carmelina Silence, or Carmelina, or the Architect. Now, she is the temporary leader of the time of this island because the council is dead. And she has, like, some relation to them. She's the Architect. She designs the island. So she's, like, that next up person in a way.
I will tell you this backstory. When it comes to her, and when you get to meet her, at this point and on, when she is in the game, she is known as the leader. Well, temporary leader, because of her past. In the past, her father has committed a crime that actually has caused their whole bloodline to be cursed and not being able to be part of the Syndicate. Which actually, like, you know, causes them to be frustrated and all that. But mind you, they're the architects. They're the ones who actually create the buildings, create the whole... like, everything, basically. They're the ones who, like, build the whole island, basically. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, that's her.
Yeah. Next is Grand Marshal Akiko. She is guarding Henry, who is accused of the crime. We'll get more into him. Henry Division has been accused of this crime. But it's not that obvious. This is Paradise Killer we're talking about. It's not that obvious. So she's guarding Henry, and she was drafted into the army of New Night when she was young. She was very good at combat. Like, she was very good at fighting. Like, at 13, she was leading the army.
Yeah, basically.
And I think she's from Romania. Mm-hmm. And she fled to the Syndicate when the Great Betrayal happened. And this this comes into play later. It's that she's very attached to her marshals, and it's like hinted she has relations with them, which will come into play. But yeah, she has a cool design. She has like her hair up. She has the armor.
She has like the whole battle
battle
like,
queen.
It's so cool.
Like when you meet her, her arms like sticking out in like a pose. Like she is like bad.
Like I like her whole like.
Yeah, I like her look. I loved her look.
So
Grand Marshal Akiko. I can't do the real robot voice.
I know. So
next is Crimson Acid.
She's like...
Wait, can we do it? Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Crimson Acid. If you have, we have any
like she's
we have any
amazing.
fans out there.
She's amazing.
We just had to throw that in there real quick though. Anyway, yeah. So Crimson Acid, she is the one woman with she has a goat head.
Yes. Yeah, that's her.
I rambled my words for a minute there. Yeah, she's a woman with like she has a woman's body and she has a goat head, and she is like known of the glamour as the battlefield because she was so beautiful. I forgot how'd she get her goat's head again though.
It was I think it was a gift.
It was a gift. It was a gift from the gods.
Yeah,
it was a gift from the gods, and she's like the most beautiful thing on this island. And she's blessed by the gods, and she's like the idol of the syndicate. But the thing about her is she knows secrets.
Oh yeah, no, she's that the girl. Gossip girl. She is the queen of all queens.
Her secrets come at a price, so that's why we say get those blood crystals.
Oh yeah, no, you have to get them.
She wants you to pay up.
She'll make you pay for them information.
She's got a hustle, and this is her hustle.
So,
but yeah, love her.
I just can't like be at all. Like she honestly was like that like queen, like amazed. Like you would fall.
Now, Yuri. He is the secretary to Carmelina, and he's Lydia's handler. He was, like, they mentioned how he was very ugly young, but then he just woke up and he was, like, beautiful, handsome. Like, that's how they describe it, too. And I get what they say in his character design. Like, he's not just handsome. He's, like, this beauty to him. And he has flowers in his hair. And he has abs, of course. And his, like, half-cut shirt and, like, necklaces. And he's, like... But he's mean. Like, when you talk to him, he's always rude to you.
He's an asshole.
He's so rude to you, no matter what.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you'll go to everybody and they'll just call you the investigator freak.
Yeah.
But,
he's like, get out of here, freak.
Oh, yeah,
like, I don't want to talk to you.
He's the one that, like, you talk to him. Like, he looked good. Like, he looked good. Don't get me wrong. I liked the whole, like, character aesthetic. Like, I loved it. But when you talk to him, you're going to be like, oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And, like, they mentioned he rose in the ranks for using his charm and intelligence. But I remember, like, they would make the character look mad. And then when he answered, he'd be like, oh, Lady Love dies. This is what I saw. Like, and he'd be charming a little bit. If you ask him a question about something, and he's like, I didn't see that. Like, they don't say it, but, like, they do it in, like, the way he's posing. Because first he's, mad looking, and then he's, like, posing in his, like, smile. So you can get what the character's saying. 'Cause like I said, they don't speak. It's written. You have to read it with those random little words they say.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, you just tell by his face, like, he's smiling at you, so it's, like...
Like, he really means what he says.
Yeah, he's charming. He's charming and he's intelligent. Next is KHX. He has no design. Are we going to just spoil it now?
I don't want to spoil it. I feel like we just know. Okay. Like, let's just tell him what he is.
Anyway, he's obsessed with Crimson Acid.
Yes.
And, yeah, like we said, when you come back, he's missing, and he's the creator of the Second Holy Seal. For reasons he doesn't have character design.
Well, reasons that we will tell you why.
Yeah.
First off.
And then there's, I think... I don't know if she's my favorite, but she's up there. One Last Kiss, Grace, Bloodlines. Love her.
Oh my gosh. So her name is One Last Kiss.
She's a ghost demon. She's a ghost.
Well,
yeah, she's a ghost.
She's a ghost. Yeah, no, she is a ghost. Because, like, basically, like...
She was an exorcist.
She was an exorcist.
Okay, so we didn't get to Henry Division yet, but he's possessed by a demon. I don't remember if we mentioned that, but the one accused by a crime, he's possessed by a demon. So 10 years ago, she was brought in to exorcise him, and then she was killed by Henry.
Yeah.
But she comes back, and she's like, no, I don't think that's what happened.
But
I love her design. She has that flowy, like, hair, all black with a cape, and then she's, like, has the skeleton face because she's dead and the lips.
I
love her. I'll be like posting all because I never plugged our Instagram. Like, how dumb am I? Of course, we're gonna have an Instagram, so I'll post pictures of like the characters on Instagram. Please follow our Instagram if you haven't already.
Follow us.
So, next, we're gonna leave this one character out because he comes in later. But then there's Henry Division.
Yeah.
So more about him, like we said, he was possessed by a demon 10 years ago because he somehow got a hold of these demonology books that are very, very exclusive. You can't just get these books. And he was possessed by a demon, and then he killed his mother, Rain, in the process. So One Last Kiss was brought in, and that's where we got into that. And he supposedly killed her. So he was imprisoned, and they think he somehow escaped when, I think, were they going to kill him? They were going to sacrifice? No, they weren't going to sacrifice him. They were going to kill him, right?
Yeah, they were going to kill him.
Yeah, but he somehow,
he
somehow escaped and killed the council.
Yeah.
And Lady Love Dies is like, no. She's like, no, that doesn't make any sense. And they're like, no, Henry did it. We just got to kill him. Like, that. Everyone, but a certain number of people are like, oh, Henry did it. Like, why are you even investigating this? We know who did it. Like,
and then they just try to bring up all his past and his everything, like all the stuff he did.
You are able to go to the last island, and you do see the scene of where it happens. But there's just the body bag. But they just made it that they just ended the island and went. Like, they were not ready to go to Island 24. They just had to do it because of so you go into the ruins of Island 23 to get some evidence. So.
Okay, so where do you want to start?
Okay, let me look at my notes because this is a spoil from a interview I read with the creators. So I mean, we shouldn't explain every little clue you find because like we do want people to play it.
Oh no, I want
even if they listen to it and spoil it, but they're that interested to just play it even though they know what happens. Because there is a weird thing about how the game ends that we'll get into, like the choices you make.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, do you want to just, like, not say who we spoke to in order, just get to the basics, like, this, we found this, and this, and this, and it led to this realization?
Well, I'm down to start with anybody, because honestly, again, like, once you start the game, like, it doesn't really matter who you talk to, because you're going to get information from anybody's, and they're just going to give you, like, tea and stuff from everybody, like, from other characters. Okay,
so you're going all over, like you said, you buy secrets from Crimson Acid, and she tells you things... What did she say? Like, that's the thing.
That's the thing, though. Let's just start from Let's just start from...
Do you want to start from Akiko?
All right, fine. Let's start from Akiko.
Like this, I'm not even lying when this is hard because there's so much in the game.
It really is.
So let's just cut to the basics here. So, like I said, you talk to everybody, and like as you talk to everybody, nothing's adding up, but things are adding up, but nothing of what you're presented with is adding up. Nothing is making sense to you.
Oh no, yeah, you're gonna be like lost out of like context real quick because it's like you really have to just go everywhere.
Yeah,
and then at the same time, I do suggest you as you go look at the case file and like you'll see how everything starts connecting up, and you're gonna be like, okay, now I know where this is going. Yeah.
So, like you go around, you get the evidence. You put things together, like you can go to a character and it says probe. And if it says probe, that means you found out a piece of information about this person.
But that's the thing, though.
And you'll say anything you want to tell me.
But wait, before you get to that probing thing, one thing, before you even get that probe, you have to hang out with them.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing. You have to, like, that's what she was leaving out. Is like, you have to hang out with them. You go and you talk to them and they'll give you, like, context. But this is the thing that I personally didn't understand. Like, they'll give you, obviously, different prompts. And honestly, at the end, they'll tell you, like, their relationship increased. But now my part in this is, like, I don't know if, like, picking on whichever you think is gonna be, like, do you think, like, it'll be better? I don't know. Yes, but no. I don't know. Because, you know, some of the characters we got the probe from, yours, but I played all of it. Some of them we did, some of them we didn't, remember?
Yeah.
So, like, that's the thing, like, I don't know, like, some of them, like, do, like, some of the things that you answered, do they, like, help you get to the probe quicker? Compared to the other answers, I mean,
it might be. But that's what's interesting about the game. It's just you don't have to.
You really don't.
There's no prompt. You don't have to do every single thing.
Yeah.
You just go to all these characters, explore this island, find out things about it.
Go on your
find
own
out
pace.
things. You go at your own pace, and literally, when you think you're ready to go to trial, they decide to go to trial.
Honestly, and they even give you the chance. Like, if you don't even want to, and you really think that this person did it, and you don't even talk to anybody, they still give you the option to just start the trial right there and then.
But once you do it, you can't go back.
Well, obviously you can't go back.
So, I guess let's just get to the major things we find out. So we find, was it the crying god?
Okay.
We were able to get...
Well, actually, no. I think that's, like, let's put that at the end, because, like, that's, like...
What happened before that, though? I know we found the ruins of Island 23 and found Henry's mom.
Yeah. let's first go for the characters, because it really depends, again, like how she said, it's like, you could get to go on your own pace, and when you get to go, like, you know, like, you get to talk to whoever you want, and from there, yes, when you start talking to them, you're going to be a little lost, because obviously they're going to, like, one's going to say yes, one's going to say no, like, I didn't know who this person is, I wasn't there, or then other people might give you, like, oh yeah, I know that person was accused, like, this one was sketchy, like, this had this past, this one had that past, like, that's from there, that's where you go. My suggestion, like, I would say it's, like, honestly, who, like, first...
Well, I know, we went to Carmelina first.
Okay, so let's start from
she was the closest on the map.
Okay, so there you go. We started from Carmelina. That's where you want
to start. But you don't
with.
have to. You could go to
Kiko,
you could go
you could go
to Yuri, you can go to Doom Jazz, Lydia, Henry. You can literally go to whoever the fuck you want first.
But we just went to Carmelina. All right. What do you want to start? What do you want to say about Carmelina?
Well,
what is your
opinion?
Saying, honestly, what is your opinion about Carmelina?
When you first, that's the thing. Like, when you first meet her, she's just like, oh, Henry did it. But, like, it just seems like that's what you think everybody would think. Oh, Henry did it. That's what they told us. Even though, like, you were there, but you have to find out, well, where were you that night? What were you doing? Because the thing is, everyone, like, that's not everyone who inhabits this island. Those people are on Island 25. But everyone who is a suspect is still on the island. So everybody's a suspect. Every single person you encounter on that island is a suspect because everybody else is gone. Everybody else is on Island 24.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 25.
25.
So, that's the thing. Everybody's guilty of something. So, that's what you have to have in mind, too. It's not just, like, who, like, mostly everyone had maybe some part or a little part in it.
Oh, yeah. No, you'll meet some people
That's what I mean. Like,
some will be, like,
branching out.
Bystanders, right? Because they weren't indirectly part of what had happened, but they did help.
Yeah, in a way, they helped.
Yeah. Okay, so Carmelina.
Like, that's what I mean. There's so much I don't remember. I just want to get to, like, the major, like, things we find out that drive the story forward. If you choose to drive the story forward, that's the thing. You can just stop at any point. Okay,
I want to see. This is my I played.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought for a good portion of time that that's the thing. There's a big twist, but I feel like the doctor and witness I thought witness did it. I thought the doctor had more to do with it. Spoiler, doctor doesn't have that much to do with it. I thought the doctor and the witness, or mostly witness, had the most to do with this. But when it was like, when you're getting to those facts, is it a fact or a truth? Love it. That's another one. Is this a fact or a truth?
I love it.
When you're finding out your truths, not your facts, your truths in this game, so many doors open. That's the thing. Like, and the thing is, like, I think it's witness, and another spoiler alert, witness isn't completely the one, but I felt like it was just him this whole time.
And the
wait,
yes, but did you read what happened though? All right, I'm gonna come after you from there, honey. Because
are you gonna spoil it though?
I'm gonna spoil it for you right now.
You're gonna jump ahead like that, bitch.
Yeah, I don't care.
All right, you didn't want to. You wanted to.
Well, honey, did you play it?
Yeah, but you can come at me when we get to that part.
But that's the point. He was kind of part of it, though.
I know, but don't say what he did yet. That's what I'm saying.
All right, fine. Whatever.
Excuse me while I drink my shake. No, I'm saying you can come for me when we get there. Let's get there first.
But he was part of it.
He was part. That's what I'm saying. He's part of it, but I thought it was him and the doctor.
Oh, no, but yeah.
So, you find out things. I know you let's talk about the poopy room. You find a room, and there's human poop everywhere. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. I love it. Because she didn't even know what the hell
I was like, what is that?
I literally just called it that.
Like, poop.
And that's honestly part of the... That's part of the...
that's a clue, though.
Yeah,
that's a clue.
That is a clue, though. Because, like, once you get to find out, like, in the whole murder thing, there's seals. And there's 4 of them. The first one, obviously, is just 2 guards just standing in front of, like, the whole, like, place so they could go into the little, like, secret area room. But right there, once you meet the 2 guards, they're slit, they're dead, they're killed right there. So, you need to find out what happened. So, again, when you would get to see that poopy room, that's actually part of the whole scene where literally,
you find out it's human and the marshals are not human, so just remember that. But it's just odd because all the humans are like slaves on this island.
No, they're all humans. They're prisoners and they're the other grand marshal. They're all humans.
Yeah.
They're all like people. Mm-hmm. That's the thing.
But the certain ones, like Lady Love Dies and Lydia New Day. Oh my god, I can't remember her name. Look at me. Lydia Daybreak. Yeah. They're humans, but they've been granted immortality by the gods. So they're special humans. They're not regular humans.
Yeah, this is the same thing with the prisoners, because they were obviously citizens, because that's what they're all called. Like, they're just citizens, and then they're just a syndicate, and then gods. Mm-hmm. And yeah, what she was saying, it's like they're citizens. The citizens were prisoners. They were people that Akiko took out of the prison, and that she stored them into this room. And again, they were stored, so obviously they don't get out. That's where they, that's go 1 and 2. They go into the bathroom right there, the same place where they sleep and all that. So again, poopy room.
that was interesting. That find. Yeah. So that's where we, that's when you find out, what does Kiko know about this? And then when you learn about Henry's possession and how he got a hold of those demon books and how they're very exclusive and only a certain person can have them, you find out Yuri knows about it, and you're like, whoa, what does Yuri know about it? And then, should we get to it?
Go ahead. I want.
How do we find it again?
Which what?
When we get to.
Just say it. Honestly, it's
I'm just gonna edit a Diana Gate.
Denana Gate?
Yeah.
Going up to, you're gonna meet One Last Kiss, because at the end, when you meet One Last Kiss, you're gonna go through, like, basically the sacrifice room and all that stuff, remember? Where, like, all the blood was, and you have to, like, where you had to do, like, the ranging of the bridge.
Yeah.
So you could go into, like, the cemetery area where you meet, like, where you get to meet the other 2 characters who are deceased. Mm-hmm. But that's where you get to find out, like, their information and whatnot from there. But once you go past that area, there's, like, a little ramp that goes up, and you get to meet, like, in that little, like... Mm-hmm. What? It's like a gazebo, I would call it. Yeah. It's like the little gazebo, and that's where she is. And right next to it, remember that there's like there's like a little area. And that's the thing. Once you get to that little area, you're going to see a little area with a little crack on it. And that's the part that I personally don't remember. But there's a part where in the game, you're just going to obviously just go through it and you'll see it yourself. But you're going to see where there's a gauntlet. And that gauntlet is like, that helps you actually break the little ground. And helps you go into the little like... his room, or like his like prison. I honestly, to me, I thought it was like a little prison room. Like they just kept him there, like they just, like, because that's what
I'm gonna say how we found it.
Yeah, it's literally like you go meet, you go talk to her, and right next to it there's like a little area. Where you have to do stuff.
You go in this room and there's tunnels, and these tunnels. Before we get into who's in the tunnels can access through the seals and into the council. So that's that, and then you meet.
Dinana Gate.
Dinana
Gate, yeah.
And Dinana Gate is... Want to say it? This is the big reveal.
Carmelina's secret son.
And half-brother to Henry.
Oh, yeah, half-brother to Henry, because Henry and Dinana Gate, they share that their both father is Ais Kwame.
Who is a god.
Yeah. No, he was part of the syndicate.
He was part of the syndicate, but the mother was a human.
Yeah. Well, no, Henry's mom was a citizen.
Oh, yeah.
But Dinana Gates' mom was Carmelina, and
She's
also his dad was Ais Kwame, who are both them two, they're part of the syndicate. And obviously, Henry was the accused one, because they have a citizen mom and
they have
a syndicate, a dad. And obviously in the whole game, they always tell you that that's like illegal and not, like, they don't permit that at all.
Mm-hmm. So, Dinana Gate's sole purpose was to kill the council for Carmelina.
Basically.
That's why she kept him in there. And...
you get to really meet, to find out, like, what about him, and then,
so here's the thing. So, this is, like, where you first start looking at Carmelina suspicious before this. I just remembered this. When you go to talk to a witness, he mentions Carmelina came over. And he stepped outside for a phone call for 5 minutes. And Lady Love said, well, she was unattended for those 5 minutes. And everyone's like, what could she have done in 5 minutes? And you're like, well, a tunnel goes from Witness's house to these tunnels that go to the Holy Seal. Lily, boom, 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 right there.
Yeah, think about it as like an instant teleport. Like, you just go into that little room, like, time stops. And then you could just go somewhere else, like, in a blink of an eye. That's what basically it is.
Dinana Gate offs himself, and that's it. That's the end of him.
Yeah, because at that point he failed.
He failed. He got shot.
Because think about it. He had a mission. His mom gave his own mother gave him a mission to do this for her, and he failed. And his failure was like, I failed. and then there's nothing else to do but off myself and literally slit.
Wait, and that's been, you don't see it.
You don't see it, but
You don't
see, like,
see it, you hear it and hear
Yeah.
him scream, but you don't physically see him do it. Because, like, we didn't talk about it, but let's talk about it now real quick. The world is 3D, but the characters are 2D. And they move and make faces, but there's no, like, animation of them moving.
Yeah, that's that.
Like, when they're talking, Lady Love Dies might be, like, holding the starlight up with the charger. Then she'll be, like, on her, like, with her finger on her chin. Then she'll be pointing at you. And, like, Akiko, like, said she's pointing. Then she points at you. Carmelina is pointing in different directions. Witness sometimes puts his arms out. Doctor has his arms up. He sometimes does the thinking pose. So, like, yeah, there's no animation. It's just 2D, which is cool. It looks really cool in this setting.
Don't get me wrong. Like, it's, like, I love it.
I just want someone to hear that and be like, I don't want that. Like, there's blood, but there's no, like, seeing of guts in that.
Oh, no, it's not like, oh, my God. It's not, like, rated M. Like, if you're going to see, like, blood,
No, it is rated M,
like,
the game.
everything. Huh? Is it rated M?
Yeah, because of the
Oh, yeah, all, like, the foul language.
I'm pretty sure it's rated M. Marissa's gonna look that up real quick. But while he does that, yeah. Like, when you do find the council, they do describe what happened, like, a little in detail, like, how they died. But like I said, you don't see it. There's just blood and their 2D characters laying on the floor, and you, like, find out who they are. And they say, this happened, then this happened, this is how they died. A little graphic. That's when the game gets a little more graphic. So, you're like, well, what does Witness know? Marissa's still looking up the rating, but I don't want to stay silent.
Girl, I told you. I think it's PG, 13? I think it is. No. What? Hold on. Now I'm confused.
What'd you look? Let me see. I mean, I heard there's an option where you can bleep out the curse words, but I still don't think it would be, like, a PG game.
Is it? I hate this.
Too bad you didn't bring your Switch in. We could have looked at the eShop. We'll look at the eShop.
Oh, yeah, wait.
Or just, no, you could look at the eShop on your phone.
Oh, yeah, why am I...
Look at us unprepared queens.
Always prepared. Always unprepared. Always. All right, so continue. I don't
know what else to say.
Go on. This is your experience.
Okay, but I don't know. Well, yeah, okay, so I'll say my reaction. Well, actually, I'm going to talk about, what was his name? Crying Judge?
Yeah, that's the judge.
Okay, at some point you get into, like, space and you meet Crying Judge, who is, like, the god. Like, he's the god they worship. And can't speak because, he can't speak because Carmelina took his tongue, right?
I think that, I don't remember.
I don't remember, but he, like, talks weird, but Starlight, interprets it for you. And he mentions that Witness and Carmelina have been coming to see him and stealing his flesh. Because he's a god. They need that flesh to get to the seal. And they're like, hey, Sam, hide this. Just put this in your fridge. And Sam's like, okay. Just idiot of him.
Yep, yeah, rated M. I
told
was
you.
Wrong.
Told you. Yeah, so they're like, hey, Sam, put this in your fridge. And you find it. And you ask Sam about it. He's like, oh, they just asked me to hold it. And I said, okay. Now, we should just say this too. When you go to see KHX, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. Yuri killed him. He's dead. Why did Yuri kill him again? I guess because he was figuring it out. I can't remember Yuri. Because I remember he said it at some point.
No, this is what happened. So what ends up happening is that, like, so Henry's trying to figure out the information to the second seal because obviously, remember, he was a creator of the second seal. So, and knowing that...
You said Henry.
I mean, not Henry. Wow.
I'm sorry, I was
Yuri.
my shake.
Yuri. There you go. Yuri. Wow, I keep on getting their damn names mixed up. Why? I don't know. That's me. So Yuri is basically going there and he's trying to figure out the information of the second seal. So as he's going on, they're like pushing on, they're fighting, they're having this whole argument. And at the end, like when you go, he's the one who pushes him off a cliff. Like literally you go into his house, you see all the information, you see that, oh, Crimson was like, he was obsessed with Crimson and that he
There's
has
blood on the mountain too. There's like blood going off the mountain.
Because literally like they have a fight, they like, altercation, he dies and then he just drags him down the cliff. Mm-hmm. And then literally at the end, it's like you literally see the blood trail and you jump down. Again, no fall damage, no none of that.
Oh yeah, you can jump off the buildings and land and be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Literally, so you go down that cliff and you see his body, and when you see his body, he's clutching a ring, a blue sapphire-ish ring, and that ring actually belongs to Yuri. So you actually find out that information when you go around, and I don't remember which is the character, but as you go around and you start befriending the characters and get more information and getting probes from them, one of the characters will actually tell you that, what was it, that Yuri actually was like freaking the hell out because he actually lost a blue ring. Hence the ring that KHX had in his hand.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, that's
and then like
mouthful.
and like the music in the background's like do 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 do
oh my
with
God,
the saxophone playing, and you're
music.
like, oh my God.
The music, it's just
Yuri
like,
killed KHX, and it's like do 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 do.
I know, I love it.
It's still good, but it was just like so random. Like it was just like that background music, and Lady Love Dies is like, what the hell?
So what else do you want to talk about?
Secret Son, like, what else did we find? Because when we found the Secret Son, I was like, holy shit. And then there was I know One Last Kiss was asking you to do something. I know we did something for One Last Kiss before we went to the trial.
One Last Kiss wanted us to find out her dead. How is her death? That's that's one thing real quick before we continue going on. One Last Kiss, her actual real name is Grace Bloodlines, and she is the actual renowned exorcist of the whole island. You actually get to know that she is actually murdered. Well, yeah, murdered. And you get to think that, and you get to find out that, that actually, no, let me recap. The reason why Henry was, like, arrested the first time was because of Grace bloodline. Everybody accused Henry that he
strangled her, yeah.
But they
noticed, Lady looks in the photo and there's a missing,
there's a mark where a ring would be. You're going further, though.
How far am I going?
Going to the investigator, because he's the doctor, because he's the one who has the picture of him. That you're like right now, you're basically finding out who killed Henry, or like who killed Grace. Mm-hmm. Grace at that point, well, now back to what I'm trying to get to. Grace is actually trying to give you the information saying that what's going on is wrong. My death was falsely accused, and you need to figure out who was the real murderer of my death. So again, you go around, you get to figure out that actually Henry wasn't the one who actually killed her. But, dun dun dun, let me tell you, do you want the spoiler? Spoil it?
Yeah, we're already spoiled so much.
Yeah, alright. So, to find out that the one that actually killed him was Carmelina. Yes. Ooh. Carmelina was the one that actually killed Grace Bloodline, but they just, obviously they're not going to believe that she was the one who killed him, because obviously, Henry is the evil one. He's the one who's possessed. He was all that
of course
stuff.
he was there.
Yeah.
So of course he did.
So what ends up happening? Oh no, yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, but then you get the photo from the doctor, and that's how you find out it was Carmelina, because the ring, she was married at the time,
and that's another thing that you actually get to find out, because like when you get to find out, you go around in talking again probes. One of the other characters actually get to tell you the secret that actually Carmelina was married to Witness. They were actually married for about, what, 5?
Yeah, 5 years.
5 years, I think it was, around there. And obviously within them, she had a ring, marriage, you're going to have a ring. And that's how they actually got to figure out that Carmelina was actually the one who killed Grace and not Henry. So that's another part you actually get to go on. As, like, another thing is, like, when you get to be in the trials and get to be in front of the judge, there's multiple, like, cases in this whole trial thing that you're going to be going on. So, like, obviously you're going to figure out, like, who was the murderer of the whole, the council. Who killed Grace Bloodline. Who was, like, the accused. Like, you get to figure out, like, all these things and, like, go through, like, the whole storyline. But anyways, that's how you get to find out that actually One Kiss is actually Grace Bloodline, because she was falsely murdered. Well, she was murdered, but yeah, falsely murdered. Right? No.
Yeah, she was wrongfully murdered. She was sacrificed for their plan.
There you go.
So she was murdered. She was wrongfully murdered. And so should we get to the trials? Are we leaving anything out?
Well, we're gonna.
There's a lot in there.
No, there's a lot of people that we're also missing, though.
I don't want to be in here. I don't want to get too into detail of everything, because we're gonna be here forever.
Oh yeah.
So like. Okay, and also you find tire marks, Lydia's tire marks all over the place, and it's very odd. And she claims she was just driving around and they leave skid marks.
Well, I mean, obviously, think about it. Like, if you're going to be driving around, wouldn't you think that they're going to be leaving skid marks? Like, listen, you're on a hill, on a thing. Wouldn't you leave you think there's going to be skid marks or like, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like, there's, like, you get to see, like, that, like, clues and whatnots, like, here and there, like, throughout the game.
I think we mentioned everybody.
Yeah, alright.
That's all the characters. I mean, like, we mentioned them as much as we can.
Because
yeah, that's pretty much all the characters.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Is like I love to explain the game, and honestly, like I will like tell, and I would like honestly like encourage everybody to honestly get out there and play the game
because there's so much more.
It's so much more that I could honestly put in this podcast to really like explain like the whole in depth of the game. But I do encourage people to go out and actually like get the game. And don't get me wrong.
Yeah, this sounds like your vibe. You get it.
Yeah, if you think that you're just gonna like, if you don't want to like have a like and actually like really get into it and like button mashing and like doing all this stuff, like you want something simple, mellow, but it's like a cute, cool,
leaves you wondering, get you curious.
I would honestly suggest people to get it.
No race to get it done.
Yeah, that's another thing that I love. It's like you don't have a race. There's not like a time limit where you have to get everything done. You really could do everything on your own pace.
And you decide when it's over.
Oh yeah, no, it's like I love the game. Like I really do encourage people. Like again, I cannot like keep on repeating it anymore. Like enough.
So let's get to the trial.
Okay. So here's the big thing: the trial
with Judge.
All right. Give me your synopsis, because I don't want to be the one constantly giving the informative. I want your opinion.
So you go to trial, and Judge basically says, "Let your truths be known," and it's your job to execute the accused. Get a gun. You have to.
What was that?
I don't even know. That's why I have to laugh.
What was that?
You have to kill the accused. So the judge asks the crime, you have the people, you have your evidence, and you can look through it, and then you accuse. And then you present your evidence to judge, and judge says if it's true and if the person's executed. So first we accuse, I don't remember the order, but the people we accused were Witness, Akiko,
Carmelina, of course.
We brought up Gate, because he did actually murder them. He was the one that murdered them. But those are the ones we accused. And then we executed them. And then they're like, okay, head over to Island 25. Why did I say 12?
25.
Judge is like, and here's also being Judge is like, well, if you see anyone else needs to be executed, just go do it before you leave.
Oh, that's the end, but that's
so you have the option to go kill people you didn't kill. I didn't. I just went to Lydia's car and we went to the next island. And then there's like throughout the game you can open these things and it's two unnamed people talking in a bar about the situation.
Oh yeah, there's it basically gives you like a quick glimpse of what is actually going on in like the whole perfect island of 25. So that's what it is. Like you basically get like those like what is it? Not flashbacks, but flash
forwards. Yeah, because they're on Island 24. Yeah. Or it might be because remember I said some people
are on 24. You're on 24. I know, but when you get those things, that's basically flashback.
No, because there's people on Island 25 right now.
Yeah, but that
could be what's going on while you're doing the investigation.
No, that's what's already. Think about it. That's already when it's current. Like think about it when there's already citizens, there's already people there. Mm-hmm. That's already when it's currently like the city's already built. That's like when already is like they have
no, because it says Island 25 sequence.
Yeah, that's what happened in Island 25. They don't tell you what Island 25. It just gives you like little glimpses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's supposed to be what's going on there while you're investigating Island 24.
Well, not really. No, that's like basically them. What I thought about it was like them basically telling us a story. Like it's their story. Like, they're on Island 25. Like, that's already on Island 25. But you, as, like, the people, when you see those little things, like, you get to be, like, what happened and, like, what happened. Yeah,
that's what they're talking about it. Yeah. So you get in. If you decide to let Lydia live.
Oh, my God. The car? No. Let me kill
you. If you kill her, you take the car. I didn't kill her.
Hold on. Let me tell you this. Let me give you one spoiler, because you didn't even do it. Because okay, you're going to be playing the game, and, like, again, I would say you commit whoever you think did that problem or that, part of the case. If you want to, like, accuse anybody, accuse whoever you think it is. But if you actually accuse Lydia, one of them, Lydia or Sam, the other one gets accused. They, like, be like, all right, if you're gonna kill him, kill me too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you get to. That's the part that gets me. That I'm like, wait, what? Like, gets me like so like, oh my god! It's literally like the day breaks. It's them two as a whole. Mm-hmm. It's not as like two different people. It's literally like them two as a whole. So if you accuse one of them, you accuse both.
Oh wow!
But it's crazy. And then what's sad about it? It's like at the end, you get this weird, like, not weird, nah, I don't even want to call it weird, it's sad. Well, weird, sad, and emotional. So. No, it's, for me, it's like, it's weird, sad, and emotional, and it's like literally a picture of them two saying their love will live on. Wow, I can't even say it. Yeah, their love will live on, and it's so.
Did
it's
that happen too if you go up to the car and kill her? Because you have that option when you. Oh wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because like obviously
well, I didn't do that, so I'm a good person.
Yeah. Me and being, you know, investigative and trying to figure out and dissect the game and trying to get all the different endings you could get. But yeah, that's
a little thing in there you might miss, might not miss.
That might not miss. And honestly, yeah, if you play it, like, you know, again, like, some might play it differently. Honestly, all of you might play it differently. I can't really say, because, like, again, you could get so many different endings. You could accuse whoever you think you could accuse.
Yeah. And then you, like, so either take the car yourself or you go with Lydia, and then you see those anonymous people saying that they're going to one day need Lady Love Dies again. They don't think this island's perfect, and the end.
Yeah.
That is kind of Paradise Killer, I guess. Yeah, pretty much.
It is pretty Paradise. It is. That's like the whole synopsis I could give it, honestly. So, it's like, you as an investigator, you find out crime, you figure it out, then you end up the part that I'm not going to say, like, my opinion time.
Opinion time.
I didn't understand the part where you, as the investigator, once you finish the whole investigation, you get the whole liberty of, like, killing or literally sending them to exile or just, like, leaving it as is. And don't get me wrong,
it's a party. Yeah, it's Paradise Killer.
Don't get me wrong, like, even my boyfriend, he's even said it. He was like, when I played the game, he said, why not kill Henry? Because he's, like, you know, he's a suffering person. He's been, like, basically his character is, like, he's being held apart by the demon that he's basically possessed.
He's only held together by the demon.
And his logic is like, oh, why keep him living, like, keeping him, like, alive and whatnot if he's just, you know, constantly in pain and suffering? Just end his life. I don't know. That's just something.
Yeah, well, this is like the longest episode we've ever done, but it's almost an hour. Anyway, so real quickly, like, we gotta wrap this up, but I just want to quickly we talked about how everything's 3D and the 2D characters. I just want to say how I love that. It's so, like, it just gives you that 90s, 80s, a little early 2000s vibe.
It gives you that
so nostalgia looking. Vaporwave, if you like Vaporwave, the music, look up. If you don't want to play this game, that is fine, but if you like Vaporwave, lo-fi, jazz, look this up.
Oh, I will.
If I can link it, I'll link the playlist to Spotify or just, like, shout it out in the thing. It's on Apple Music too. So, grading time.
Oh, obviously, 10 out of 10.
It's a letter grades. When you learn this, A+.
I don't care.
A+ across the board. It is a great game. I get where it might not be everyone's vibe, like, because, like I said, there's no fighting, no killing. It's just reading things.
But again, like, it's like,
but it's a nice game.
If you want something to just lay back, and you, like, if you just, like, obviously, like, again, like, I mean, I could give myself the title that I am a gamer. But I will say that if you just want, like, a moment of just relaxation, of, like, instead of having that tension of, like, oh my god, these games are frustrating, and you want something nice and mellow, where, like, and at the same time you can still, like, have that fun, like, investigation, like, you know, trying to figure out stuff here and there, like, I'd say, like, go for it. Like, I would honestly 100%, like, approve and say, like, get Paradise Killer and play it.
Yeah, so like I said, it's on PC and Nintendo Switch.
Is it on Steam? I think it is. Didn't you?
No, Steam was the rating.
Oh, there we go. Mm-hmm.
Yep. If you like it,
again,
vibe with it, like what we just told you, go out and play it. It's really good.
Yes.
So this wraps up this episode of Media Hovel. Next, which we're literally gonna record right after this one, Framing Britney. We're gonna do this. Let's not get too into this.
No. This has been a hot topic going on, and let's just stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. I was gonna say something about how we got to Framing Britney, but I'll bring it up in the next one.
Stay tuned. Exactly.
Stay tuned. Listen to that one.
We're not even gonna give you that. Stay tuned.
What should we say?
I don't know. I think
I feel like we should have a sign off. I like yours, but I feel like I need one.
No, you need one. Here.
Okay, so I'm gonna do mine. Let me
new sign off. New sign off.
No, Mauricio's gonna do his too.
Oh no, I'm not doing mine. I want to hear your sign off and your sign off alone. This is your sign off.
I'm gonna say good night, lovies. Thank you for coming. Do you think it should be lovies or lovelies? That's the one I couldn't.
Lovelies.
You don't like lovelies? Okay. Good night, lovelies. Thank you for watching. Not watching.
Thank you.
Already messing it up. Look at me.
One day, imagine we could like pull off like we just like record ourselves doing these podcasts.
What do you mean pull off? We're doing it right now.
H3 status.
Oh no!
Instead of making like a podcast thing,
we're not H3.
I'm not saying like that, but I'm saying imagine we actually got to record ourselves and see us like how.
I mean, I think that would be funny.
I know. I would love to see
maybe
that.
one day, but
one day in the future.
Good night, lovelies. Thank you for listening in. See you next time.
Goodbye.